This is Daniel with part 2 of the command prompt command series. The next command I'm going to be showing you is the xcopy command. This is a very useful command. Go ahead and type xcopy /?. You can see there are a lot of switches to use with xcopy. And you can do a lot of things with xcopy that you simply cannot do with the normal copy command. For example, you can copy files to a folder that does not exist. You can create the folder and copy to it in one command with xcopy. You can copy multiple subdirectories with xcopy. So it's a very useful command to use. Now, although there are a lot of switches here, I'm not going to go through all of them. I'm going to focus mainly on /s and /e, which are two of the most common ones you're going to use. /s allows you to copy a directory including all subdirectories, but it will not copy empty subdirectories. So usually you're going to want to use /e. So let's go ahead and do that now. I'll make a copy of a directory. Tap dir. Let's see, pictures is a good directory, so the syntax is very similar to the other commands. Tap xcopy space. We'll go ahead and put our /e to copy all subdirectories, including empty subdirectories. And we'll tap in pictures, which is the directory we want to copy, and then give it a destination, and we'll make it new pictures. And press enter. Now it asks, does new pictures specify a file name or a directory? We want it to be a directory, otherwise it simply won't work. It'll try to copy multiple files into one file. That won't work, so press D for directory, and all the files are copied. Let's go to the new pictures directory, cd new pictures, dir. You can see that these subdirectories have also been copied. Both BMP, which has files, and JPEGs, which is empty. Now let's go back to the my stuff directory and do that again. xcopy /s pictures. We'll call it pics this time. The /s, it should only copy directories that have files inside them. Once again, it asks, is pics a directory? Put D for yes. cd pics, dir, and you see we only have the BMP directory. The JPEGs directory was not copied because it is empty. Go back to xcopy /?. One more time. Take a look at some of these other commands you can use. They're pretty self-explanatory. You really should check it out. Just type the /?. You can tell it to set all the attributes the same when it copies, or to abandon the attributes. You can tell it to always prompt when you're overriding a file, or never prompt when you're overriding a file. There's just a lot of different things you can do with xcopy, which makes it a very powerful tool. Now, the final command I'm going to show you is the attrib command. Go to the BMP directory, so we have some files to play with. And I'll tap attrib, that's attrib. And you notice if you run that in a main directory, it shows you all the files within that directory. And over here on the left hand side, you have 3 A's. Now those are attributes. The A stands for archive bit. And I'll explain that in just a second. Let's type attrib /?. You'll see all of the attributes you can set. Now, attributes are basically just little markers that tell the system exactly what kind of file that it's dealing with. You can set attributes for read-only, which tells the computer that you can only read that file, you can't write to it or overwrite it. The archive bit is a bit that's used for backup programs. You can tell a program, if the archive bit is on, go ahead and back up that file. If it's off, it doesn't need to be backed up. That's not one you're usually going to edit manually, but you can if you want to. And there's also S for a system file, H for a hidden file, and I for an indexed file. And you can change any of those using the attrib command. If I was to type attrib, and then a file name, so you pick one.bmp, then put, see, this should probably go after attrib plus H, pick one BMP, enter, dir. Notice you can't see the pick one anymore. It's still there, but it's now hidden. So if I type dir, we covered this in the first video, /a, which stands for attribute, and H, so that'll show all hidden files. Press enter, you see that we now have pick one BMP, which is visible. So if I type attrib pick one.bmp, you see that both the A and the H are turned on. So the archive bit is on and the hidden file bit is on. But we're probably going to want to be able to see that file, so we'll go ahead and turn that off. And this works the same for any of the attributes. Use plus or minus to turn them on and off. So minus H, the name of the file, once again, pick one.bmp. Misspelled it, so we'll try that one more time. Attrib-H, pick one.bmp. There you have it. It's back. If I was to type attrib one more time, you can probably guess what you're going to see. It should be back to only showing the A, which is exactly what you see. This concludes the series on the most commonly used commands and switches within command prompt, and I think you'll find them very useful throughout your career in computers.